I decided to see what would happen if I dug a massive tunnel in Enshrouded. And then I found this. Firstly, I want to thank Kin Games publisher for the game key and invite you to leave a sub and a like if you enjoyed this video. Thanks a lot. Enshrouded is a survival game with RPG elements that was released on January 24th. If I were to encourage you to play this game, I would say that it's like Valheim, but with better graphics, and instead of Nordic lore, we have pure fantasy. The introduction to the story itself, it's awesome. This world, humans and ancients coexisted, and the other ones decided to give humans a mysterious substance called elixir. But smart ancients knew that humans are weak and they would mess up the world with elixir, and that's exactly what happened. So now we start in a world where we have to build our own story, navigate through deadly mist, gathering the crew, uncovering the mysteries of the surrounding world and digging holes in the ground. You should probably know that I don't play video games like everyone else. Whenever I join a Minecraft server with friends, they build amazing structures and shape the world, while I dig holes in the ground, searching for valuable resources. You could say that in a fantasy world I'm probably a dwarf. Day 1. The game starts with waking up in a magical boiler, and upon exiting we see a beautiful environment, thinking, I'll get there someday. But first, I'll check what happens if I just fall and smash my stupid face. The game reminds me a bit of a Polish city Kraków winter simulator. Here too you have deadly mist and you can survive only 5 minutes during the trip to the frog shop. But okay, let's get to the point. I was delighted when I realized that Enshrouded has elements similar to Sekiro, meaning that I can block the enemy's attack and throw them off balance, making combat very enjoyable. And then I found the boiler almost like mine, and there was a blacksmith who went to my village to forge iron while it's hot. So I followed him and planted a tree, build a house, or rather half of it, and about the blacksmith you have to wait for another 9 episodes to see the reveal. Day 2. Almost forgot about the main task, which was digging a hole in the ground. The first meters were quite cool because I could use a hammer to cheese it, just the same like with Sekiro bosses. And then serious digging began until my pickaxe broke. And that's when I realized that I don't know how to get back up. Fuck. After a moment of panic, I remembered that I could teleport to my harem. Useful knowledge. Just to be safe, I made some food like in Valheim. And then a few pickaxes. Like 9. I also made a glider, but only to show you how cool it is to fly above the mist and cliffs. It looks adorable. And since I was getting late, it was time to sleep. Day 3. The next day I returned to digging. Oh, sorry, that's how you go down when you have a glider. I encountered another problem. If I jump into that hole, I will probably die. So I dug another parallel hole, smart me, and then went back to digging with my little dwarf set. I quickly realized that at this pace I will only be able to reach another drum on YouTube, so I need help. And drugs. Well, honey basically. I quickly went around, finding all the hives, and returned to my hole. I don't know if it was exhaustion, but I started digging in the first person. I was really starting to lose hope, so I decided to teleport to my house, where I was greeted by a goat. Then I gathered more honey, fixed the pickaxes and went to sleep. Day 4. The blacksmith was there, but there was no gold. Interesting. Don't have a time for that. I immediately ran to the tunnels. This is the day. The tunnel has grown to such proportions that the torches that I set along, they started to disappear. Several hits later, this appeared before my eyes. I was at the edge of the map, and I had a view for models from below. Although I could only make one step beyond this area, it was impressive. And just when I thought that I reached Nirvana and I would become the king of the world, suddenly the textures appeared. It was not the end of digging. Perhaps the real end of the map is us and the friendships we created along the way?